Good evening. Good evening. How you doing? How are y'all today on this glorious Sunday afternoon? Hey, Tracy. Hi. Oh, y'all ready to study? Do some questions tonight. How's school going? It's what, almost mid-September? If it ain't got real yet, it's about to. For everybody who is here already, good evening and welcome to Study Buddy Sunday. Second part to Work It Out Wednesday. I am Nurse C, and I will be breaking down nursing dosage calculations for you guys. If you are in a program, let me know which program you're in the chat below. LPN, RN, Accelerated, BSN. I want to know. I'm going to give people a chance to kind of get on tonight, and then I'll go ahead and start with some, some metric conversions. Can everybody hear me okay? Is the sound all right? You know, I have to check. Y'all let me get all the way halfway through a live, and they say, oh, it's too loud, or it's not coming through. Can't hear you. All right, Gia, hey. Dory Cakes, hello, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. All right. So, why is this not letting me do this? It's not letting me connect my iPad. TikTok really be on that trash when they do these updates. And they don't fix what it is that they need to fix. Because now, let's see, I'm going to try to let's see, I'm gonna delete it, then I'm gonna add it back. Hey, good evening. Let's see, add source. I guess, I don't know. They really make me upset with this. Hey y'all. So what was it? About 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we would be on studying all good, and then it would just go completely blank. Now it's back on that trash. It's like, let the nursing students be great. Let us study. Are y'all doing okay? Do you have any specific questions y'all want to study tonight? I've got some metric conversions. I've got some IV rates. I've got some reconstitution. How do y'all want to solve them? Dimensional analysis, ratio proportion, desired over half. What say ye? Drops per minute. Okay. I will show you whatever it is you want me to show you. As long as I can. Boom. Here we go. Ha ha. As long as I can get my iPad up and running. Let's see. Ha ha ha. Ooh. So now I gotta adjust it. Move me down here. Alright, can everybody see good? Yeah, you're welcome. Let me put this right there. Boom. I think we're in business now. Alright, so I will apologize to TikTok. Alrighty, so let's start with some metric conversions. And I gotta hook my iPad pencil back up because I turned my iPad off. My Apple Pencil. Thinking that it was the connection and it just wasn't hooked up to the internet. You know, players mess up sometimes too. That's all. But we're gonna get it together. So we're doing dimensional analysis tonight. Hey, I missed you today. I thought I was gonna see you and the baby. I'm sorry y'all aren't feeling good. Alright. We should be good to go now. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. So 65 grams equals how many milligrams? Better now. Good. I'm glad you're better. It makes me so sad. Little shake bobos. I'm glad that y'all are feeling better. This COVID is getting back worse, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all be careful out here. All right. So 65 grams equals how many micrograms? So, nobody has said which one we're going to do, so I'm just going to go with dimensional analysis since that seems to be the general consensus, okay? So when you do solving the problems with dimensional analysis, I like to start with what it is that the question is asking me to solve for. So micrograms. So if I have micrograms, I know that I can't go from just like a gram to a microgram. I gotta have steps. So we need to have our conversion factors on the side, and we'll start with micrograms as well. So we know that 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams, and then 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Okay? So if I've got micrograms, I know that I can go to milligrams. So 1,000 micrograms equals 1 milligram. Now I have milligrams at the bottom. So whatever is on the bottom has to cross out with what's on the top. So we've got another conversion here with milligrams in it, don't we? So let's put those at the top and then grams at the bottom. So 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. All right, crossed out. Now we have our grams from right here that we can place at the top and cross out with what's on the bottom. Everything has crossed out and we're left with micrograms. So now you can multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then divide. So 1,000 times 1,000 times 65. And that's going to be 65 million micrograms. Okay? Easy enough. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, so 14 cups equals how many milliliters? Alright, let's start by writing our conversions on the side so we know what it is that we can use, okay? So we know that 1 cup equals 8 ounces. 1 ounce equals 30 milliliters. We're looking for milliliters. So I'm going to start with what I'm looking for, my milliliters, okay? 30 mLs over 1 ounce, okay? Now you see we got another conversion with ounces to cups. So you can put your ounces on the top and your cups on the bottom, and you see your ounces cross out. Last, we use our cups from what was given to us and put those on the top, cross it out, and you're left with what it is that we're looking for, which is milliliters. So we'll do 30 times 8 times 14, and that's going to be 3,360 milliliters. Alrighty. Moving right along. So pounds to kilograms. We know that 1 kg equals 2.2 pounds. So if I'm looking for my kilograms, I'm going to start with that on the top, and then I'll put my pounds on the bottom, with my conversion. And now I can put 172 pounds right here. Pounds crossed out, and we'll have to do 172 divided by 2.2, which would be 78.18 kilograms. And here's 1 going from kilograms to pounds. So we know that 1 kg equals 2.2 pounds. So we're starting with pounds. So I'm going to start off with what I'm looking for. 2.2 pounds to 1 kilogram. 13 kilograms is going to go on the top because I'm going to cross out the bottom and the top. And then we'll do 2.2 times 36, and that's 79.2 pounds. Alrighty. Alright, so here's 1. So how do you know how to change the weight so that you can figure out kilograms if you're given pounds and ounces? Alright, so check this out. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound, okay? So this is going to be the first part of the decimal. So that's going to stay the same. Then this is going to be what we're going to figure out behind the decimal, okay? So you'll put 6 divided by 16, and that equals 0.375. So now you do 15.375 pounds, okay? So that's what we're going to use in our conversion factor now. So let's see, we're looking for kilograms, so we know that 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. So 1 kg over 2.2 pounds. Then we have our pounds that we just figured out from right here. And you see your pounds crossed out. And you would divide 15.375 divided by 2.2. And it's going to be 6.98 kgs. And then you would round according to however your institution prefers for you to round. Okay? Alrighty. Easy stuff is gone. Let's get into some good stuff. Reconstitution. So drug G is diluted with water for injection to yield a concentration of 200 mg per 5 ml. Your patient is to receive 650 milligrams of drug G daily in 3 equally divided doses. Woo. Slow down, baby. Alright, how many mLs will be given per dose? Okay, so when you do a reconstitution problem, don't let all these other numbers fool you. You want to concentrate on the concentration. So the concentration is going to be the weight over the volume. Okay, so right here it says concentration. So that's your weight, that's your volume. So this is what we're going to use for our drug, okay? And then your patient is to receive 650, so that's what is ordered, and it says 3 doses, 3 equally divided doses. So you got 3 doses per day, and so we're looking for milliliters. So with dimensional analysis, I like to start off with what I am looking for, milliliters. So I'm going to use my 5 milliliters over 200 milligrams. Okay, then I'm going to go to my ordered dose, which is 650 milligrams per day. Then in 1 day, there are 3 equally divided doses. So you see milligrams cross out, your days cross out, and you're left with milliliter per dose. See how we did that? So 5 times 650 divided by 200 divided by 3. That's going to give us 5.41 or 5.4 mLs per dose. Alrighty. No questions. It's quiet. I'm moving on. Coffee girl. Hey. I seen you sneak in here. Alrighty. 275 milligrams of drug Y is added to 1 liter of IV normal saline. Available is 1,000 mg of drug Y in a vial, which when reconstituted yields a concentration of 550 milligrams per 3 mLs. How much of drug Y will be added to the IV solution? Okay, hey. So we concentrate on the concentration, remember? So don't let all this other jazz fool you. So we want, it says 275 of drug Y is added to that liter. Okay, to the liter of normal saline. Available is 1,000 milligrams of drug Y. So it's trying to find out of this concentration, how much of it is 275 milligrams, okay? So we'll go with our milliliters because that's what we're looking for. How much of the medicine we're going to drop up in a syringe and then poke it into the IV bag so that it's mixed in with the IV solution. So 3 mLs over 550 milligrams. Alrighty, so we got milligrams at the bottom, we need milligrams at the top. And 275 mgs. So milligrams cross out, and we're left with milliliters. So 3 times 275 divided by 550, which is going to be 1.5 milliliters. So in these type of problems, do you get thrown off by all of the words and the extra added numbers? Yeah. So you want to identify what it is that you need to solve these problems. So let's break it down. So it says this much is added to this. Okay, that's all good. That's absolutely my main problem. Okay, so we're going to walk through it and see how we can figure these out, okay? Available is 1,000 milligrams of drug Y in a vial. So in a container, it's 1,000 milligrams. Then it's powder basically. And when you reconstitute it, because reconstitution just means that you're adding liquid to the powder to make it liquid again, okay? And it has a concentration of 550 milligrams per 3 milliliters. So once you add that fluid to the powder, this is your drug, okay? So it's saying that we want this much of the drug to be added to your IV bag that has 1,000 milliliters of normal saline in it, okay? So this is what we want right here. This is what we have right here. How much of this to add to the IV bag, okay? So you just kind of have to walk through it and see what it is asking you, okay? Hello everybody who's joining in. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Study Buddy Sunday. I'm your friendly neighborhood RN, Nurse C, breaking down these nursing dosage calculations problems for you. Welcome. And yes, I do appreciate the shares and the likes, which helps to add to the algorithm and put it out to the social media universe so that other nursing students can join in. I appreciate it. Alrighty. So, order 325 milligrams of drug B IM stat. So, right doggone now. Available 1 gram of vial of drug B, which when reconstituted, okay, there's the R word, with 15 mLs of water for injection yields 50 milligrams per milliliter. How much of drug B will be given stat? Okay, so what are we asking for? This much of drug B. And then all of this right here is fluff. Because we just see the concentration, yields, or concentration, all of that equals the same thing. We just want to know the milligrams or grams or units, milliequivalents, milliosmoles, whatever it is that it's measured in per volume. Okay? So the concentration, always use the concentration. Sometimes they tell you, oh, it has a vial that has 10 milliliters with a concentration of such and such milligram per milliliter. You want the blank blank per milliliter, per liter, whatever it is in, okay? The weight over the volume, concentration. All right, so we need milliliters, okay? So how much? You can't give a milligram. You have to give it into the vehicle, which it is being driven, which is the milliliter. So milliliter is what we're looking for, okay? So 1 ml per 50 milligrams. Where did I get that from? Right there, okay? Multiplied by 325 milligrams, which is the ordered dose from right there. And then some people like to put this over 1, you know, because it helps them like better like visually. That's fine, because it's the same thing. Anything over 1, it's going to be itself. So if it helps you out, you can write it over 1. But what's on the bottom? Nola, darling, hey! What's on the bottom is got to cross out with what's on the top. And you want to be left with what it is that you're looking for. So we're not wanting to cross out milliliters. We are looking for milliliters. That's why I started with it. And so we cross out these milligrams, and there's no more information left. There's nowhere else to go. So boom. Let's multiply and across the top, which is going to be 325 times 1, and then 50 times itself. 1, which is 325 divided by 50, and it's going to be 6.5 milliliters. Hey, do I have any tips for fundamentals? Fundamentals is the firm foundation which you want your house of nursing to be built upon. Forget what you thought you knew about nursing, and you got to look at what's happening, why is it happening, and why are we doing what we're doing. You need to learn the normal and the abnormals. You're going to have to know them for infant, toddler, preschool, school age, pre-adolescent, adolescent, adult, and the elderly. So you're going to have to look at what's going on at a cellular level. I would suggest that during your different units, you refresh on your anatomy and your physiology. Because, I mean, it was, I don't know how long ago you took your prereqs, but you really gonna need to know exactly what's going on. Not, you know, to like a T, but have a pretty good picture so that you know what's going on in the body and what you can do as a nurse, and why is the treatment that's being given, and what you need to look for and why. So, like I said, it's a firm foundation that you build in your house upon. So make sure that you know what's going on. Don't try to use your past experiences from when you were in the hospital or when Mima was in the hospital. You're like, oh, this happens. Nope. Retrain your mind to think like a nurse. And I know a lot of people are like, well, how am I supposed to think like a nurse? So, like I said, what's the priority? What is going on in the body? What will you do or want you to do that will save this person's life or limb? Airway, circulation, and breathing. That's going to be your best friend in nursing school. All right, so back to the math part. A child weighs 15 kilograms, has been ordered to receive drug R, 300 milligrams IM, you're welcome, twice a day. Drug R is available as 500 milligrams per 2.5 mLs. The recommended safe dose range is 15 to 20 milligrams per kilogram per 24 hours. What is the recommended daily dose range? Is the dose safe? And if so, typo, sorry. How many milliliters will the nurse administer? Alrighty, so this is a lot of information. This is asking us some stuff, and we need to figure it out. So, alright, we can give this sick baby some medicine. Alrighty, so we will use PPP. So, I know a lot of people's student loans and all that stuff is starting back. Me. So, I didn't get a PPP loan during COVID, but I will take from it what I can, which is patient, prescription, and product. So when you have these long problems that include patients' weights and orders and medicine, and you're trying to figure out what all it is that I need to solve these problems, think PPP. Patient, prescription, product. The patient is going to be the weight. Okay, so the patient weight is 15 kilograms. Got that. All right, the prescription, the drug, okay, that's what your order is, okay? What has been ordered. Drugs are 300 milligrams twice a day, so BID. The product is your drug R and is available as 500 mgs per 2.5 mLs. And then our safe dose range is 15 to 20 milligrams per kilogram per 24 hours. All right, you guys. So basically, we are trying to find out per kilogram of body weight how much will be the lower limit, which is the absolute lowest amount, but that has a therapeutic effect that we can give, and then what is the most that we can give without the medicine being toxic. We know that in our pediatric population and in our elderly population, we have to be careful with the drugs that we give them because their metabolisms are different, okay? So we're going to use our information from our weight, and we're going to figure it out with our dose range. So a range means that you got a limit. So a lower limit and an upper limit. That's why it's got 15 to 20. So we're going to figure out the lower limit, then we're going to figure out the upper limit, then we're going to see if what is ordered falls between those two numbers. If it falls between between those two numbers, then it is safe to give. If it is below that lower number or if it's above that upper number, then you cannot give it because it's not safe. Okay? I know a lot of people get confused on whether to give it or not. So we finna see. Okay? All right. So 15. Okay, we're looking for milligrams. So we're going to start with our 15 milligrams per kilogram per day, basically. And then we'll put our 15 kilograms of our patient's weight that we got from the problem and cross it out. And so we're left with milligrams per day. But check this out. Okay. We are looking for the daily dose range and is the dose safe. So when we get to the end, we know that the dose that's been ordered is ordered for twice a day administration. So we're going to have to cut that amount in two to see if one dose is within that range, okay? So 15 milligrams per times 15, and that's going to be 15 times 15. That's 225 milligrams per day. Okay? And if you cut that baby in half, it's going to be 112.5 milligram per dose. Okay? So then we'll go to our upper range, which would be using the 20 milligrams per kilogram per day. So 20 milligrams per kilogram per day times our weight, which is 15 kilograms. So cross out, and then we'll do 20 times 15. That's going to be 300 milligrams a day, or 150 milligrams per dose. Okay, so that's how much we can give. So let's look at our order. It says 300 milligrams IM twice a day. So one dose is 300 milligrams. They want to give it twice a day. If it's just one dose, that's 300 milligrams. You all please tell me if this is safe to give or not safe to give. are y'all giving this medicine if 300 milligrams is what's ordered? And these are your safe numbers. Check on the folks. Check on the folks over here. Check on the folks. Is it safe? Okay. So. You have a 300 milligram dose that has been ordered for one dose. Because remember it said twice a day is what we're going to give. So if we gave one dose twice a day, that'll be 600 milligrams in the whole day that was ordered. So we got 300 milligrams in one dose that was ordered. We figured out with this baby, who is 15 kilograms, that the most that we can give in a day is 300. So this dose would not be safe to give because it's too much. It'd be toxic. So when you figure out the range, you have to see if your order, which is that 300 milligrams, falls in that range. If it's more than the range, then you can't give it. And in this case, it is not safe. Right. Moving on to some IV questions. The physician orders 1 liter of D5W to infuse at 45 milliliters an hour. The nurse started the infusion at 3:30 in the morning. And calculate the infusion time and the completion time of the IV solution. Hey, Miss Glenda. Alrighty. So we have 1 liter to go at 45 milliliters an hour, and we are looking for the time, so we will be looking for hours. Okay, so let's start. 1 hour over 45 milliliters. Okay, if we have milliliters, we can't put liters on top of milliliters. We have to have the same thing, don't we? So you could do one of two things. You could convert your liters to milliliters before you plug it into the problem, or you can do a conversion. So I'm going to show you doing a conversion just so you can get used to seeing how dimensional analysis goes step by step to cross things out. Hey, Zach. Alrighty, so if we have milliliters at the top, we need milliliters at the bottom, okay? So 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. So that's going to cross out, okay? Then it says we have 1 liter that is going to infuse. So that liter is going to cross out as well. Okay? So now we're left with hours. Okay? So 1,000 divided by 45. Is 22.22222 repeating hours. Okay? So, we need to find out how many minutes is 0.222222, because you can't, 0.222 hours. Okay, well, how many minutes is that? because this is your hour column. This is your minute column. Alright, so in order to find your minutes, you're going to have to do 0.22 times 60, okay? So 0.22 times 60 equals 13.2 minutes. So we just say 13 minutes. So 22 hours and 13 minutes, okay? So now, what time will this bag end? Alrighty. So you got to add 22 hours and 13 minutes to 3:30. So if you add 22 hours to this, that looks wild, doesn't it? So what if you add 20 hours to that? You just break it down. Okay, so add 2 more hours to that. So that's what, 11 o'clock? So it's going to be 1. Then plus your minutes. So it's going to be 1:43 of the next day. Okay? Yes, Zach. You got it. You got it. You got it. Gia. No. See, that's what the problem with using desire over half. It only works with certain things. In this case, you're trying to find the hours, so it really don't work with this one. You could divide your liters, well, your milliliters by that rate, and then get the hours and figure it out that way. But desired over half really doesn't work with time. Time problems like this, or those problems where they have like the weight of the patient, and then it's like micrograms per kilogram per minute, and then trying to find out, that like you have to do multiple steps before you get to the desire over half part. Right. Order 0.55 milligrams per kilogram PO. Available 30 milligrams per milliliter. Patient weight is 62 kilograms. What dose would you give to the patient? So we are looking for the dose that you would give to the patient. So we're looking for milliliters, okay? So we'll start with our milliliter. 1 milliliter over 30 mgs times our order, which is 0.55 milligrams per kilogram of weight. Okay, milligrams crossed out. And our weight of our patient is already in kilograms. So you just put your kilograms at the top, and those will cross out. And now you can solve. So 0.55 times 62 divided by 30 is 1.13, so 1.1 milliliter. My font got messed up on this one. Okay, well, we'll do it. So, patient is to receive nitroglycerin at 12 mics per minute via IV infusion. The concentration of nitroglycerin is 50 milligrams in 250 milliliters. Calculate the infusion rate with milliliter per hour and round to the whole number. Okay. PPP. Patient prescription product. We don't have a patient weight. The prescribed amount is 12 mics per minute, and the concentration is 50 milligrams per 250 mLs, and we're looking for milliliter per hour. So we want milliliters at the top and hour at the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna start with my milliliters on the top. So 250 milliliters over 50 milligrams. All right, so now we can go to our order, but you see that our order is in micrograms. You can't put milligrams and micrograms mixed together like that because you need a conversion. What's on the top has to cross out with what's on the bottom, okay? So we'll do milligram at the top and microgram at the bottom. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms, okay? And so now you can use your ordered dose, which is 12 micrograms a minute. And you see your micrograms crossed out. But now we're left with milliliter per minute. We need milliliter per hour. So we need one last conversion, which is going to be our 60 minutes on the top over 1 hour at the bottom. Okay? And now we can solve. $250 times 12 times 60 divided by 50 divided by 1,000, and it's going to be 3.6 milliliters per hour. Okay? Your assigned patient is an infant who weighs 12 pounds. He is to receive ampicillin oral suspension 125 milligrams Q6H. The label indicates that children weighing less than 20 pounds should receive 100 milligrams per kilogram per day in equally divided doses at 6-hour intervals. What is the maximum safe dose to be given every 6 hours? And is the ordered dose a safe dose? A lot of words. Words, okay? So PPP, our patient, the weight is 12 pounds. And the order is 125 milligrams every 6 hours. Hold on, Mercedes. Did I mess it up? Hold on. Yeah, it did say the round. So you would do 2-4. Yes, ma'am. You caught me slipping. You caught me slipping, boo. Thank you. I have a headache this evening. Y'all, I'm not going to be on here Wednesday night. I wanted to tell you. I'm so sorry, but my kid, she's got to have her tonsils and her adenoids taken out and her turbinates shrunk. So I've got to be a pediatric nurse. Y'all pray for me. Woo. All right, the label indicates that children weighing less than 20 pounds should receive 100 milligrams per kilogram per day in equally divided doses at 6-hour intervals. Alrighty, so this is our range, and it says in 6 divided. Okay, so the doses is 6-hour intervals, so that means you're going to give it 4 times a day because 24 divided by 6 is 4. And what's the maximum dose to be given every 6 hours, and is it safe? All right. So we're looking for milligrams per dose, okay? So that's what we want, milligrams per dose, okay? 100 milligrams per kilogram per day is what we have on our safe dose range, right? So let's look at our weight. It's in pounds, so we have to do a conversion. Kilograms has got to go at the top so it can cross out with what's at the bottom. And we know that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So kilograms is crossing out. So then we have 12 pounds from our patient, and that's going to cross out. But now we're left with milligrams over day. we need milligram per dose, don't we? We do. So in one day, there are 4 doses. You see how we got that? Because it says every 6 hours you give them a dose. So 24 divided by 6 is going to be 4 doses that they receive in a day. So if it said every 8 hours they will receive a dose, that would have been 24 divided by 8, which will be 3 doses. Okay? And so forth and so on. All right, so we have day that crosses out, and now we're left with milligrams on the top and dose on the bottom, because that's what we're looking for. All right, and I appreciate the grace, Miss Mercedes. Because, baby, sometimes y'all be coming for my head. It's sad to round. Where did you get this from? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I mess up too. That's why we go back over it. Alright, so 100 times 12 divided by 2.2 divided by 4. So that's going to be 136.36 milligrams in one dose. So our order is 125 milligrams. So is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? Is this equal to this? Oh, it's not. All right. Okie dokie. The physician orders 80 units per kilogram of heparin to be given stat. The patient weighs 185 pounds. How many mLs will the nurse draw up to administer the ordered dose and round to the nearest tenth? Let me underline that so I don't miss it this time. And we are looking for mLs, okay? So it didn't give me my heparin. Oh, well, that sucks. Okay, so let's see how many. We have a heparin vial with, let's say, 10,000 units per 1 ml. Alright, so that's what we have. So we'll start out with 1 milliliter over 10,000 units. And then we have 80 units per kg. So our units will cross out. Now we have our patient's weight, which is in pounds. So we can't put pounds over kilograms. You got to have your units to cross out. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. It's crossing out. And then 185 pounds. Alrighty. And we got mLs by itself because that's what we're looking for. Everything else crossed out. So 80 units times 185 divided by 10,000 divided by 2.2. So that'll be 0.67. So 0.7 milliliters that we would have to draw up because we rounded it to the nearest tenth this time. Are y'all getting this? Do you have any questions? Am I going too fast? Is it being broken down enough? So, desired over half. It's going great. Cool. How's y'all semester going? Y'all okay out there? It's good to check in on your mental status. I know school can be tough. Alrighty. So, desired over half. You would have to convert your weight from pounds to kilograms and then multiply it times the order to figure out how many units. Then you could do desired over half, okay? So, 185 pounds is going to be divided by 2.2 to get our kilograms. 185 divided by 2.2, 84.09 kgs, okay? So now we'll take our 84.09 kilograms and multiply it by 80 units. And that's because that's what our order has. Alrighty? So 84.09 times 80 is 6,727.2 units. So now you can plug this into your desired over half formula. So we got 6,027.2 units over 10,000 units per 1 milliliter. So you're going to divide that by 10,000, and that's 0.67 or 0.7 milliliters. Alright, let me see what y'all been saying, because I missed it doing working the problem out. Okay, you got a funds test on Tuesday, 5 chapters. Okay, fundamentals. Fundamentals can be fun. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to make the best out of it. I've been in y'all place before, so I totally get it. So you're gonna be busy studying for that. I'm in the 2nd semester. Did my dosage test last Tuesday and failed. Oh no, Kayla, what was the problems that gave you issues? And Miss Glenda, you know that I post my the replays on my YouTube page, A Blessed RN. Same handle, and you can go and reference these problems. I'm stressed about making 100 on conversions. I've been practicing as much as you. Okay. Alrighty. And Kayla, how did I get 10,000? 10,000 was the vial. I left that part out of the question, so that's what is available. 10,000 units per 1 ml. Sorry. Well, Mercedes, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I've been doing this. When did I get 1,000 subscribers? I think it was like May, June. And so that's, here we are, Wednesday nights, Sunday nights now. And I do break down problems throughout the week. Not as much as I used to. I got to get back to doing it. But I do tutoring as well. And I am a practicing RN, med-surg. I work at night. So yeah, welcome to our community of nursing dosage calculation, breakdown, tutoring, live session, all of that jazz. And I pray for y'all and just want y'all to do good and get through it. Nursing school is tough, but you are tougher. Don't let it take you out. I do. My page is ABRN, like A Blessed RN, tutoring.com. Alright, you guys. Alright. So this is one of the little hard ones. You're welcome. Your client weighs 63 kilograms. The nurse is starting a dopamine drip at 5 mics per kilogram per minute. Dopamine is labeled 400 milligrams and 250 mLs of normal saline. How many milliliters per hour will the IV infuse? Okay. PPP, patient prescription product. Our patient weighs 63 kilograms. Our order is 5 mics per kilogram per minute. Our available medicine is 400 mgs and 250 mLs. And we are looking for how many milliliters per hour to set the IV pump, okay? So if we're looking for milliliters per hour, I'm going to start with my milliliters on top so I can have those there and my hours on the bottom. So 250 mLs over 400 milligrams, okay? That's what I got right there. Times the order now. We see that the order is in micrograms, so we're going to have to include a conversion. So milligrams going to go at the top, micrograms will go at the bottom. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Cross that out, okay? 5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. So let's cross out our micrograms, okay? Now, we have our weight, and it's already been converted for us. So look at there, no conversion needed. 63 kgs. Boom, boom. Now, what we have left is milliliter per minute. We need milliliter per hour. So we need one last conversion. We'll put our 60 minutes at the top over 1 hour, and you see our minutes crossed out, and we are left with milliliters on top and hours at the bottom. Yay! And I'll be in toddler mode with Gigi. Like, yay to everything. Yay! Wash your hands. Yay! Drive your mama crazy. Yay! Alright, so I'm going to multiply across the bottom and multiply across the top, multiply across the top, then multiply across the bottom and divide. And you see that? That's a lot, right? Yep. That's a lot. So I'm not going to write all that down. I'm going to keep that in my calculator. That's just across the top. So once I get to the end, I'm going to hit divide. And everything on the bottom is going to be divided. So divided by 400, divide 1,000, divide 11111. So like you don't have to include the ones because it's just going to be 1. So 11.81 milliliters or 11.8 milliliters per hour, or if they want you to round to the nearest whole number, it would be 12 mLs per hour. Can you do dimensional analysis? Can you do desire over half? I sure can. I can do that. I can do that. All right. So let's look at your weight and your order, okay? You got 63 kilograms times 5 micrograms. And that's going to be how many micrograms a minute, okay? That's important. So 63 times 5 is 350 micrograms per minute. So we need per hour. So let's times this by 60. Okay? So that's going to be this many micrograms in an hour. Now look, our medicine is in milligrams. So we're going to have to convert our micrograms into milligrams. You say you don't like dimensional analysis. So what I do when you don't use dimensional analysis to change like micrograms into milligrams, I say little to large left or mite to slight right. So if you're going from a microgram is smaller than a milligram. So we're going from little to large. So we're going 3 decimal spaces to the left. So that's your comma. So this is your decimal. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 18.9 milligrams. And so then you can do your desired over half. So 18.9 milligrams over 400 milligrams and 250 milliliters. Let's see, we get the same thing. 18.9 times 250 divided by 400. We got the same thing. Yay. 11.81 or 11.8 or 12. Kayla, did you understand what I did? Cool beans. All right. All right. One last problem for you tonight. Heparin. I feel like I was a singer on stage. I have one last number. If you do dementia analysis, I don't get it. Oh no! Yeah, I do it more than one way. Sorry. Let's see here, let's see here, let's see here. Alright, so your patient has an order to receive heparin bolus of that 4,500 units. And then they're followed by a continuous drip of 14 units per kilogram per hour. So your patient weighs 213 pounds. You have a vial labeled heparin 1,000 units per milliliter. So A, how many milliliters you're going to give your patient for the bolus? And then what will you set your IV pump for a continuous drip? And you have a bag of 1,000 mLs of 40,000 units of heparin. Woo! That's a lot. So let's take it one step at a time. So we're going to find our bolus first. So don't let words confuse you like bolus and piggyback and concentration, reconstitution. Like, they're just words, okay? So bolus just means that you're just going to give that one dose of medicine at one time. So you're going to give them, what? 4,500 units of heparin. So you're going to use your vial of medicine. That's what your bolus is going to come out of. Your bag is for your IV drip. So your bolus is coming out the vial. Okay? So we're going to figure it out. And we can go ahead and you can go ahead and do desired over half with this one. Just like this. So 4,500 units. Excuse me. And then 1,000 units times 1 ml. Okay, so that's going to be what, 4.5 mLs. Look, when y'all get something different, I always have to check. I was like, I know that's 4.5. Try 4.5. Maybe it was a typo. We're gonna say it's a typo. Okay. Yeah, it was a typo. It's okay. It's okay. So that's your bolus. Okay. So now we're gonna find our drip. Okay. So Kayla, I'm gonna do dimensional analysis first because that's the general consensus. But then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you how to figure it out with your desired over half. Okay. All right. Oh, I got a headache. Okay. So patient's weight is that, the order is this, and we have a bag with 1,000 milliliters or 40,000 units. Okay, so we're looking for milliliter per hour. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm gonna start with my milliliters. 1,000 ml over 40,000 units times our order. So 14 units per kilogram per hour. Units cross out. Okay? It's asking for kilograms for the weight. We don't have kilograms, we have pounds. So therefore we'll have to put in a conversion. So 1 kg is on top, so it can cross out with what's on the bottom. Then 2.2 pounds. So kgs gone. Alright? And now you can put your patient's weight. 213 pounds. Alrighty? So we are left with milliliters on the top in hours on the bottom. And that's what we're looking for, ain't it? Okay. 1,000 times 14 times 213 divided by 40,000 divided by 2.2. So that's going to be 33.88. So basically 34 milliliters per hour. Alrighty. So the other way that you would, I'm gonna try to leave it up here just in case y'all were trying to write it down and follow with it. Kayla, this is for you. So we'll do our weight, 2 kilograms. So 213 divided by 2.2. Yes, Miss Tawana. All right, 213 divided by 2.2. So that's going to be 96.81 kilograms. All right, so we'll do 96.81 kilograms multiplied by the units that's ordered. Okay, so that's 14 units, and that's going to be per hour. So 96.81 times 14 is 1,355.34 units, okay, per hour. So we put that into our desired over half formula. And I'm gonna label my units. Okay, so 1,000.34 times 1,000. Too many zeros. Slow down. Divided by 40,000, and you get the same thing. Ooh, I had a stroke for a second. Okay, 34 milliliters per hour. And that's it. So what y'all think? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So usually I have nurse chat following our study session. Here are my stats. And you can ask whatever you want to. You can ask whatever you like. Dose calc, mid-math, nursing school, studying, whatever. Now, usually I come back on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. This week, I will be busy being a nurse to my child who has to get her tonsils removed, okay? So I can't make any promises that I'm gonna be on there. I'm sorry. But I will try my hardest to get some more breakdown videos posted in lieu of, okay? Do y'all have any questions for me? Where do you find scholarships? Google. The schools, different local organizations. I mean, it's honestly, that's how, when I was in school so long ago. That's what was it, Fastweb? I think that was like a site just dedicated to scholarships. Honestly, let me see, Fastweb. Let me see if that's still a thing, because I do. A Blessed RN. I've got some dosage videos. I've got the anatomy of a dosage calc problem, how to break it down. I'm working on some more things. I'm working on some work pages and some study sheets and some recorded courses. I'm working. I'm working. Let's see, fastwell.com. Yeah, Fastwell. It's still there. So, Twan, you can go on fastweb.com and they have a lot. You feel like, okay, well, just kidding. But you know what? I did get one. I got a good one from there when I was in high school. So, I don't know. It might be, yeah, study sheets that made me, I knew you was coming. Y'all kept bullying me and peer pressuring me, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. So, God's plan. God's plan. I still got on church clothes. I don't get to a bridal shower today. Man, I'm done. I am done. I'm ready to call it a night. Sending prayers to your daughter and your fam. Thank you. He had his adenoids and tonsil removed when he was 3.5. Lord, poor baby. So yeah, they were just kept on. Like, we're gonna watch it. Like, sometimes I get frustrated as being a nurse, and I'm like, how much watching we gonna do? It's a watch and pray. I mean, like, we got to do something, you know? So her allergist was like, yeah, she really needs to go to the ENT. And I'm like, I agree, let's go. And so when I went to the ENT this last Wednesday, which it took forever to get into, but whatever, they were like, oh, her tonsils are huge. I'm like, yeah, she snores like a man at night. Oh, and her turbinates are really swollen. I'm like, yeah. So hopefully this will be a very fast and smooth procedure. It's going to help with her allergies and her asthma. And so I'm excited about that. So yeah, just keep me lifted up as I deal with her, because you know I ain't no peds nurse. I give it up to pediatric nurses. That's not my population. I like the old people. I like old people and adults. Peds, nah. I can do some teenagers, but no. And they were like, we're gonna have to give Tylenol and ibuprofen every 3 hours, and maybe some oxycodone, and I'm just like, oh goodness, like, I be struggling when people have Q2 Dilaudid. I was terrified since his breathing was bad at night. Yeah, she really snores pretty bad, and I've noticed that she has some apnea. So I was like, look, y'all need to do something. So I'm pretty excited that, you know, we got action. She's a little nervous, which I would too, because when the doctor came in, she was like, am I gonna feel it? Because they were talking about zapping it at the turbinates and making them shrink like a little hot dog. So yeah, yep. But do y'all have any requests for breakdowns? I know I did. Did I do that? Oh, somebody asked me for a drop factor. I don't know if I did it or not. Oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Let's see. Who was it? I don't know. I don't even see it now. I'm sorry. I have to post something. I had to post something. I'm sorry. I'll make it right after I get off of here. Because, yeah, I sure enough just skip right over a drop factor. Did I do a drop factor? Yeah, I did milliliters per hour. I didn't do drop factor. Y'all want to do a drop factor real quick? Do I have one? She said, go ahead. Miss Glenda, where are you from again? I forgot. I try to keep everybody straight, but yeah, my little brain be fried. Fried. Let's see. I'm gonna look for one. What unit? Orlando. Yeah, that's right. So you're in the hat. I knew you were Southern like me because you talking about some go ahead. Go ahead. Crime Lando. Stop. I love Orlando. It's so much fun. Y'all got Disney and Universal. No. So I was at Disney World and like my hair had came apart. This was like before I had a relaxer, and I had these braids, and so my best friend who was on the trip with us, she was gonna put some crochet braids in for me because I was about to go to the park looking crazy. So I found myself in the hood part of Orlando, and I was like, "Yo, Mickey got a ghetto too." Like we was in the hair store buying hair, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But yeah, nonetheless, there's crime everywhere. Shoot, I'm in what I know what they call it, Murderham. So I don't live in Birmingham. I live about 35 minutes outside of it. So yeah, it's crime everywhere. I guess you can say I live in the sticks. But it's not really the sticks. If like you can get, if you've got a Walmart, I don't consider that the sticks. I like it. It's quiet out here. You can see the stars at night. I'm looking. Okay, I'm looking. It's like, what? Orlando got a ghetto section? Okay, practice questions. IV drip factor problems. Okie dokie. Alright, let me switch it back. Bring it back. Alrighty. Get this set up. Okay. Now why my camera not showing? Hey. Come on, mama. Alright, so 1,000 milliliters to be delivered over 12 hours. The drop factor is 15 drops per milliliter. Let's find the rate. Okay. Maybe put it on a pen. So I will do this dimensional analysis, but there also is a formula. Oh, you can't see me. Wait a minute. I want you to see me. I want you to see me. Okay, there we go. So yeah. Boom. Okay. So there is a formula for drop factor as well. It's going to be the milliliters over the time times multiplied times the drop factor. So yeah, I'll do it that way as well for the people who like to memorize formulas. So I'm looking for drops per minute. So when you have a drop factor, you're always going to have drops per minute. If it says pump, it's going to be milliliter per hour. Okay, so I'm going to start with my drops. So 15 drops per milliliter. Okay, then we've got 1,000 milliliters. Yeah, right. Hey, that's what's up. Congratulations. Woo! No, you feel better. Yay. Yes. All right. 12 hours. Oh my gosh. Now look, also my cheeks are stuck. Yay. So, okay, our milliliters cross out, and then we will do, okay, we got drops per hour. We need drops per minute. So that means that we're going to have to put an hour at the top and minutes at the bottom. So our hour will cross out. So 15. Oh, that is so awesome. 15 times 1,000 divided by 12 divided by 60. That's going to be 20.83 drops per minute. So we cannot give, excuse me, we cannot give 0.83 of a drop. So we're going to have to round that up to 21 drops per minute. Okay? So if you did this in the formula, you would do 1,000 mLs. Then you have to times 12 by 60 because you need minutes. 720 minutes. Then your drop factor. And you see you get drops per minute. So the thing with using the formula is that you must always use minutes right here, because if you put hours, it's not going to work. You're gonna get the wrong thing, okay? Wrong thing. You can see that this, you know, your milliliters cross out, you still left with drops over minute, and you're not even using dimensional analysis like we did, okay? So that's that. I'll do another one. Oh, I already did it, so you gotta erase it. Don't look. Okay, now you can look. So if you wouldn't give potassium, like not on a pump, like you just wouldn't do it, okay? So yeah, 100 milliliters over 40 minutes using a tubing with drop factor of 20 drops per ml. What is the flow rate? So we're going to be looking again for drops per minute. Okay, so we'll start off with drops per milliliter. Then we got 100 milliliters over 40 minutes. So you look at there, your milliliters cross out and you're left with drops per minute. So 20 times 100 divided by 40. So it's going to be 50 drops per minute. So if you did it in the formula, you would have 100 milliliters over 40 minutes times your drop factor, which is 20 drops per milliliter. Okay? Don't look again. I need to start erasing these after I do them. Alright, so 500 milliliters D5 half normal saline to infuse in 6 hours. Drop factor is 20 drops per milliliter. What is the flow rate? We need drops per minute. If you see a drop factor, automatically think I'm in drops per minute. So it's always going to be a volume over your time, okay? So 20 drops per milliliter times 500 milliliters over 6 hours. All right, milliliters crossed out. We'll put hours at the top and minutes at the bottom. Your hours crossed out. And I'm so excited for you, Raven. Congratulations again, lady. Alrighty. Divided by 6, divided by 60. It's going to be 27.777 repeating. So you would round that up to 28 drops per minute. And then, if you did it in the formula, it's 500 milliliters. Then, what's that? 6 times 60 is 360 in minutes. And then your drop factor. I didn't know if you wanted it rounded. Okay, so yes, Kayla, always when you have a drop factor, it's going to be in drips. So you know, a drip is a drip. You can't give half of a drip. You can't give 0.77 of a drip. So if it's 0.5 and above, then you will round up. And if it's 0.4 and below, then you will round down. Or just keep the number the same. So if it was like 27.4, it would be just 27 drops. Yeah. That's it. So I hope that I rectified this situation, or whoever asked me earlier for a drop factor question, because I didn't mean to overlook it. I'm sorry. You're welcome. All right, so people who have asked for it, duh, that's my tutoring service. And yep, more things coming in the future. You know, I post free cheat sheets now and stuff, and yeah. Like I said, I've been bullied by y'all to do a workbook and all these other things, so it's coming. How often do I do these? I do them on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. Sunday nights I come on at 7:30 Central Time, and Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Time. But this week I don't think I'm gonna make it on 8 p.m. Central Time because my baby and her tonsils need tending to. So I'll be nursing. But I do put like the little live event. So if you register to it, of course it's free. So I mean, it's free. It'll give you the notification when it does go live. And I do post the replay on my YouTube channel. It's the same handle, a Blessed RN. And you can go back and look at the session. And, you know, if there's a question, you're like, okay, I need to see how to work this again. And then I do post breakdowns, like videos, during the week as well. Y'all nurses, students, be good. You know, y'all be on my mind. I'm so glad, you know, that Raven passed. There's been a lot of people passing their tests, and I know it's a weight off of your shoulders, and I'm so proud of you. And y'all, just don't give up, okay? I know it's hard. Like I said, I've been there, so I can say it. People always be in school like, oh, you just gotta go through it. Like, you shut up. Nursing school is a beast, okay? But it's a fulfilling career. Yes, everything in this earth has something wrong with it, okay? Because it's on this earth. But it's a fulfilling career. It's a good career move. You will always have a job. You have flexibility. You have nursing is what you make of it. Okay, it's what you make of it. So you know, you don't like doing one thing, you can do something else. Like I said, my history, I've been in long-term care, I've been in rehab, I've been in the schools, I did home health, I've been in hospitals, I've been traveling. So you just do what you want to do in nursing, and you don't have to start off in med-surg. If you want to do mother-baby, start off in mother-baby. If you want to do ICU, there's a lot of places hiring new graduates, and they will train you as a new graduate. Okay, so don't think that, you know, oh, I've got to know this, and this when I graduate school. No, because you're not. You're not going to know everything that a nurse is supposed to know when you graduate. I swear you not. I swear, I promise you. I promise you, you won't know everything. It's some stuff that you just got to go through and that you just got to learn on the floor. Because, look, prime example, when I was in school, we learned that to check the level of the blood in the anticoagulation studies for heparin is APTT, right? So how about when I get on the floor, they talking about some anti-10A, 10A. Like, what the heck is that? I was like, where's the PTT that's supposed to be dropped? You know what I'm saying? Until you actually put an NG tube down a person who is up there, who is fearful, who is gagging, who you gonna have to wait for a minute and then try it again, you're not gonna know what that feels like until you put Foley catheters in to elderly people or to different types of people, because anatomy is different, okay? stuff moves, stuff shifts, stuff changes. Until you do those, and you do those often, then you're not gonna know. And it's okay. It's okay. Please give yourself some grace. Please give yourself some grace. You're not gonna know everything on how to do a code. Some of these code nurses are beasts because they are on the code team. They've been in the ICU and they have been nursing since MLK. Or like, seriously, like they've been nurses for a while. So that stuff comes with experience and routine and doing it over and over and over and over again. I saw a nurse ask Siri what made Stop! No, you didn't see that. Oh, no, you didn't see that. Hey, how are you tonight? No, they didn't. No, they did not. Oh, I know they didn't. Now, you can Google some things. You know, you have your nice little computer. We all have potential. So you can Google some things. Some things are Googleable because you have like different insulins that have come out and medicines that come out that you can Google information about. Like those new long-acting insulins. You're like, I've never heard of this before in my life. It's okay to, okay. And then like for patient information and all that stuff, yeah. So it's okay to Google, but I'll say this. Even if you are unsure, you know that. But your patient don't know that. You have to come in, because if you come in my room, I'm about to stick this tube down your nose into your stomach. You ain't finna put nothing into me and you coming in here acting timid and shy and scared. Like, you supposed to be a nurse. I'm in the hospital. You supposed to be taking care of me. So, you have to get yourself together. And if you don't know, you need to find a way to convey that you know, but you don't know. You just don't flat out tell nobody, oh, I don't know. Get out. That's what they gonna tell you. To get out. You'll learn. You'll learn. It's the way that you talk to these people. And then people be in the I'm serious. I'm dead serious. It's a way to let your patient know that you will need to go and, find an answer. That I'm sorry that I can't fully give you an answer right now at this point. But we will do this and this and this and this and this and all this and all this and all that. And then such and such and such and such. But is there anything else right now that I can do for you? Okay, then I'll be back with a Sprite. Okay? So... it's all about how you approach these. But yes, you won't know everything. I just took math and had to do dimensional analysis, and I remember watching your live. Yay! I'm glad you were able to recall it. How did you do? I pray you do well. Yeah, so you won't know everything, I promise. And then some of the older nurses, like what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. So they don't be knowing everything either. Doctors, let me tell you, doctors don't even know everything. Okay? So they be coming to us because that's what SBAR is. What's that? Situation, background, assessment, and recommendation. You have to recommend something to the doctor. Yeah. So don't feel bad. You're welcome. You got an A. Yes. Congratulations. Hey. That's what's up. But yeah, you gotta recommend something when you call these doctors. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that and that and that? And then when you go over orders and you catch stuff that they done, now you got to call the doctor. I'm like, this patient has such and such and such and such, and their lab is this and this and this and this. And do you want them to have this Lasix and their potassium is 2.2? You know what I'm saying? So it all comes with practice. It comes with the environment that you're in. I am a medical surgical nurse. I love med surg. Some people think it's the ghetto of the hospital, but if you're not going to the ICU and you're not coming from the ICU, then where the heck are you going? The infusion pumps in milliliters per hour, is it rounded to the nearest whole number or the nearest head coffee gap? So it depends on what the question is asking you for, because you can put decimals in the electronic pumps. But if the question is asking you to round to the nearest whole number, then round to the nearest whole number. If not, I'll just round to the nearest tenth. Alright, y'all. I'm about to go and get the day off of me. You're welcome.